The night of the fight, they weigh like a 20, 18 pounds more than you. Is difficult. It's more difficult, but my power is there. If you hear the punches, my power is different.
Yeah.
Going up 2 weight classes, really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back or, catch Canelo early.
Are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case.
Canelo Alvarez responds to Terence Crawford's latest training clips with calm respect. He notes that Crawford's style shows flashes of Floyd Mayweather's finesse and recognizes the hard work behind his training. Despite this, Canelo stays confident in his own skills, saying that Crawford's talent and power are real but won't rattle him. He finishes by declaring he is prepared to take control and show once again that he is the best.
Good, because first of all is the respect. If they treat you with respect, you do the same thing. And that's what I think. So, and I'm always try to do my best there. Not because I need it or because I need to, because I really appreciate everything.
Yeah, and you've been fighting pro now for what, more than 17 years, I believe?
Almost 20.
Wow, yeah, almost 20 years.
In October.
Wow.
I turned 20 years as professional fighter.
Analysts often point out a key difference between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez based on how opponents face them. Crawford, a master of technique and adjustments, usually meets fighters who stand their ground. They respect his timing and counterpunching, but don't try to run from him. With Canelo, it's different. Opponents often move constantly, circle away, and focus on survival, knowing a single power punch can change the fight instantly. Experts see this as a sign of Canelo's fearsome reputation. His punches carry both physical and mental impact, forcing fighters into defense even before the first blow lands. This contrast highlights the styles of both men. Crawford thrives when opponents engage, while Canelo excels when his pressure and power break them down.
I ain't even seen Gamboa run from Terence. As a matter of fact, I ain't even seen Victor Postal run from Terence. We ain't seen Madrimov in his last fight run from Terence but Crawford. But we do see people running away from Canelo Alvarez. People not trying to commit to Canelo Alvarez. We seen it with William Skull. Dude was just as cut up as anybody in the sport of boxing. Mother ever was running. The Cuban style, running. We already know that the Cuban school, man, they highly respected in the sport of boxing. He was running. Jamel Charlo, Iron Man Charlo. I ain't gonna say he wasn't running, but he wasn't committed. He wasn't committed the way that he was committed in the 154-pound division when he was knocking everybody else to get his titles, right? It was very uncharacteristic from Iron Man Jamel Charlo, a knockout artist, right? Even, I'm gonna tell you like this, even Dimitri Bivol was going at it with Canelo Alvarez. 1-2, but he was jumping right back out. Jumping right back out. He beat him in the style that Dimitri Bivol beat him. But it's not like he went out there and had that killer instinct and go for the gusto and stuff like that with Canelo Alvarez. He wasn't just trying to go out there and get him. He was beep, 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 jump back out, jump back out, beep, beep, jump back out. Hold on, I don't want to stay in the danger zone, right? Even though that he beat Canelo Alvarez, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Edgar Berlanga. We seen Edgar Berlanga using his footwork. We seen Edgar Berlanga using his footwork and stuff like that, right? He made a good account of himself, but he didn't commit that the way he was committing versus Mantequilla and all his opponents, because Canelo Alvarez is different. Canelo Alvarez is dangerous. I've been hearing, of course, a lot of people saying that Bud Crawford is dangerous, but ain't nobody. I never saw nobody that fought Terence Bud Crawford had fear in their heart, fear in their eyes. Even when they was getting beat down from Terence Bud Crawford, they still stepped to Terence Bud Crawford.
Canelo's sparring partners, having felt his power up close, offer a sharp perspective on the matchup. One partner openly doubts Crawford's chances, saying he doesn't see him handling the extra weight well. Their view comes from experience. Canelo has defeated bigger fighters in higher weight classes, including light heavyweights. Crawford, however, is stepping into new territory. Adding muscle may boost his strength, but could also slow him down. For a fighter who relies on speed and accuracy, even a small drop can be dangerous. The sparring partner's opinion highlights a concern. No matter how talented Crawford is, carrying extra weight against a heavy hitter like Canelo could be a serious challenge.
I think Canelo's gonna win, but I tell everybody, man, as a business standpoint, I think it's gonna be a draw if it goes a distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's gonna carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But you know, it's gonna be a great fight. Two brains in the ring. It's gonna be a good fight.
Fernando Vargas, former world champion and Mexican boxing legend, has made his opinion clear. He believes Mexico needs Canelo Alvarez to win this fight. For Vargas, Canelo isn't just an exceptional fighter. He embodies national pride and carries the legacy of Julio Cesar Chavez and other Mexican heroes. His victories mean more than personal success. They connect deeply with fans who see him as the face of Mexican boxing today. While Vargas respects Crawford's talent, he emphasizes the emotional weight of the fight. Mexico expects its champion to defend its honor on the biggest stage. With the world watching, Vargas feels Canelo must step up and claim victory for both himself and his country.
You know what's crazy is, I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fights, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back or, you know, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You can see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out. And we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, coming out with the victory.
Canelo's power has stopped bigger opponents, and moving up in weight usually tests smaller fighters. Yet recent training footage from Crawford's camp has turned heads. Videos show Bud looking stronger, sharper, and more athletic than before. His added weight seems to boost his performance rather than slow him down. Analysts point out that Crawford has gained muscle without losing his speed, displaying quick footwork and precise combinations. This shift has changed the conversation from doubt to curiosity. Instead of seeming undersized, Crawford now looks ready to take on the challenge, showing that his hard work and discipline have helped him adjust to a higher weight class.
Right? And again, stark contrast to what Terence Crawford is having to deal with. He is fighting guys, and when I say cutting down from 190, probably in the ring at 190 pounds, much less cutting down from it. Crawford's probably used to being hit by guys like Sean Porter, who, maybe 160 pounds on fight night. The difference is just night and day. So I was thinking, how in God's name are you going to get around that? How are you going to get around the strength disadvantage? Because Crawford is very physically strong, and he normally always has, maybe with the exception of Sean Porter, although that was kind of much of a muchness. Sean Porter did really well that fight. He's normally always had the physical strength advantage, very physically strong as Terence Crawford. And I just remember thinking, how are you going to get around that? You're used to hitting guys and they get hurt. Alvarez has been hit by Danny Jacobs. He's been hit by Triple G. He's been hit by Bivol, Kovalev, Callum Smith, etc., etc., etc. Big punching guys who are a lot bigger than Terence Crawford. Granted, not skillful, a lot bigger. So again, I'm thinking, how are you going to get around this? Well, Crawford has released a couple of training clips, and in those training clips, yikes, he's looking good for one. He's looking a lot better than Canelo was looking at some of his training clips. But again, you can't read a great deal into those training clips because, again, Alvarez is clearly holding back. People say, oh, he looked terrible. It's like, well, you can kind of tell he's not going full tilt. You can kind of tell that. So what does that tell you? How many times have we seen guys look good on the pads and then on fight night they've nothing left? I distinctly remember Alexander Povetkin in the run-up to the second Dylan White fight in an open workout.
Former world champion Amir Khan who has faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, shared his perspective. Khan called Canelo a beast, highlighting his strength, resilience, and devastating counterpunches. Having felt Canelo's power firsthand in their 2016 fight, Khan knows how punishing he can be. His opinion carries extra weight because he also understands Crawford's abilities, having been stopped by Bud in 2019. Khan respects both fighters, but believes Canelo's size and physical dominance give him a special edge. For Khan, Canelo poses a level of threat that even the most skilled boxers must take seriously.
And you've been in there with Canelo, you've been there with all the best.
Beast, man. I thought Canelo at his peak. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo's a beast. He's a great man. He's a good family man as well. Got a lot of respect for him. I like him. You know, we've always had mutual respect for each other. And he still has a picture of me and him in his front room. I saw on a documentary because he really thought that what was one of his biggest fights, like with the hype that I had and all that. So yeah, man, it was good times.
And then when people see that fight back, you're winning those early rounds.
I mean, it's boxing, boy, 12-round fight. You know, I mean, even though I won them early rounds, he caught me with a good shot. He had the power, he had the strength. I mean, he was so big. I remember thinking this is easy. I can hit him when I want. But then obviously, I knew that when he hit me with a couple of them body shots and he hit me with them shots, I was like thinking, this guy can hit hard.
A big worry for fans and analysts is that Canelo versus Crawford could end up like Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. That highly anticipated fight, while historic, left many disappointed because of its slow pace and lack of excitement. There's concern that both Canelo and Crawford, knowing each other's strengths, might fight too cautiously. Crawford could hold back against a bigger opponent, while Canelo might slow things down to avoid Crawford's precise counters.
Boxing is hanging on a thread. If Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford pulls a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, there's no turning back. In this side of the pond, boxing is dead. Look, a lot of things is going to Saudi Arabia. David Benavidez, one of the phenoms in the sport of boxing, going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Just put this. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, if it would have came to fruition, was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. Boots Ennis, and Tio could have happened in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. So a lot of these big fight that it was planned was not going to be here. It's not going to be here. So for networks to trust the sport of boxing once again, this fight between Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, whoever you pick, whoever you support, is more than just wins and losses. Doesn't matter. The fight has to win. Doesn't matter if Canelo Alvarez, doesn't matter if Terence Crawford win, lose. The fight has to win. Just like when it was Hagler versus Hearns on a Monday, prime time. Prime time. That was a fight on a Monday, prime time, free TV. They put up a wonderful performance to this day. People still remember, and it was only 3 rounds. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, they better show out and entertain.
Boxing analyst Elam highlighted an important truth. At the top level, skill alone isn't enough. Durability, calm under pressure, and experience against powerful opponents matter just as much. Canelo Alvarez has proven himself against bigger men across several weight classes, from light middleweight to light heavyweight, showing both toughness and adaptability. Crawford, on the other hand, is entering unfamiliar territory. Elam pointed out that while Bud's skill is impressive, the real question is how he will handle Canelo's power. In fights like this, a single clean punch can change everything. Canelo's experience in these high-pressure situations gives him a clear edge, making Crawford's task even tougher.
Crawford has to box and not care to want a crowd please. He has to stick and move. If he sits there too long with Canelo, I think Canelo, his defense is great. He'll be able to withstand it and take him in deep waters and win the fight.
Besides being a boxing coach, you're an expert in strength and conditioning.
Yes, sir.
Crawford never fought more than 154. Do you think bulking up, obviously he's bulking up, we're seeing the picture, he's moving up from 147, 54, 60, 68, he's going to gain 15, 20, 30 pounds. Will that slow him down by around 5, 6, 7? the heart, the muscle, the oxygen you take. I mean, if you're not, your body's not used to fighting it at that size, it doesn't not make a difference.
It depends on what type of strength and conditioning you're doing too, though. So like when you do like explosive stuff and things like that, plyometrics is different. But he has to bulk up, so he has to lift a little bit of weight. I'm pretty sure he has people with the knowledge and the proper money that he has to get the right people to do the right things.
NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal has voiced his support for Terence Crawford, calling him possibly the best fighter of his generation. Shaq, no stranger to dominance in his own sport, praised Crawford's ability to adapt and make adjustments during a fight. He highlighted Bud's timing, precision, and composure as qualities that set him apart. Shaq believes Crawford's mental toughness and tactical skill could offset Canelo's size advantage. His backing shows that Crawford's talent is recognized beyond boxing, earning respect from stars in other sports. To Shaq, Crawford embodies the rare mix of skill and intelligence that defines a generational athlete.
Shaq, what I meant, listen, you're a lifelong combat sports fan. You go to all the events. Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring down the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man now.
Right.
And I don't like.
You put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
Different eras and different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who's that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's
or
gonna knock him out.
He's going to knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raiders Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay.
Now
yes,
it's back on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man. Listen, I saw you lace up the gloves once versus Oscar De La Hoya. Can we ever see you put the gloves back on? Maybe versus Dwight Howard.
Well, why would I fight him? I only fight champions.
You only fight champions.
If I do, see, my thing is, all these guys had a problem with me, but you wait till I turn 50 to say you want to fight.
Right.
I don't respect that. I'll fight Gronk, because Gronk is a champion, and he's a friend of mine, and I know that he'll compete.
So you want to box Gronk or MMA?
What up? MMA.
MMA.
Yeah.
So, hey, bigger, so you're a legend. Hey, you're always the coolest. Congrats on another successful year at Shaq House.
Commentator Skull shared his view, describing Canelo Alvarez as the embodiment of success in boxing. He highlighted Canelo's rise from a teenage talent in Guadalajara to a multi-division world champion as proof of his dedication and resilience. For Skull, Canelo's record isn't just about wins. It's about consistently facing top opponents and handling the pressures of the sport on a global stage. This journey makes Canelo more than a fighter. He is a worldwide ambassador for boxing. Crawford, while highly skilled, is stepping into Canelo's domain, where Alvarez has already established his legacy.
So Canelo's most recent opponent, former IBF 168-pound champion William Skull, spoke about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight, as well as his experience fighting Canelo, with him citing that he was robbed and everybody knows it. William Skull, whose style of fighting received heavy backlash, also said that the way he fought was all part of their master plan. Skull, who was galloping a lot, said that the whole idea is to make sure that Canelo keeps on missing, in which William Skull himself argues that he was successful in achieving. He also said that the whole experience of facing Canelo Alvarez was bittersweet because despite not getting hit by Canelo, for some reason he still ended up losing, once again insisting that he was robbed. Now, when asked about his prediction for the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight, William Skull kept it safe and vague without choosing a winner.
Boxing legend Shane Mosley, who fought Canelo in 2012, gave a clear take. He says Canelo is simply too big. Mosley recalls facing a young Alvarez who already had remarkable strength, and since then, Canelo has only grown in size, skill, and experience. While Mosley respects Crawford's ability, he stresses that physical differences matter. Moving up several weight classes to face a natural super middleweight and former light heavyweight is a huge challenge. For Mosley, it's not about Crawford's heart or talent. It's whether his body can handle the punishment Canelo will bring.
Yo, not only is Canelo stronger,
He has a better defense, a better ring IQ, and he has better experience at an elite level that is not comparable with Terence Crawford. Some of you are going to be surprised that in September, Canelo's going to outclass him, not just outmuscle him. And if you don't believe me, listen to what Shane Mosley has to say about the upcoming fight. After that, drop a comment, like, follow, subscribe. It's a chopping box, baby. Yeah.
It'll be a great fight. I think both guys are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know, they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented. Yeah. But the only thing is, Canelo has some by two-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily. But we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. You know, I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But my mental, my mind.
That wraps up today's video.